Hey guys, I hope you're ready for a DIY small bedroom makeover. I'm starting with a ton of painting. I'll be painting an accent wall as well as trying my hardest to cover up some old outdated purple paint. I did order a new bed, furniture, and bedding from Lowell that I am beyond excited to share with you. And then to stay on budget, we're also going to be refinishing some old furniture that's been passed down for a few generations, as well as sharing some affordable small bedroom decorating ideas. This is going to be a huge transformation, so make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let's get started. A new day, a new house, a new small bedroom makeover on a budget. I'm so excited for this one. Let's clear this out. Anytime I work on these DIY makeovers, I always prefer to start by completely clearing out the room first. I find that this gives me the most space possible to comfortably complete any painting or DIY projects that I have planned, and it also allows me to see the room bare bones, completely empty, and see the full potential of what I might be able to create, and allows me to get a clear vision for what I want to do with the space. So this is always my step one. I've done a ton of these room makeovers and I've tried working on them before where I don't empty everything out, and it never goes as well as when I start with a blank canvas. If you'd like to see some of my past projects, I do have a couple of playlists on my channel and I'll link them in the description box for you. It is completely empty in here, but it's been a while since this room has been this empty, but I am going to get started painting. We're going to do an accent wall on this wall and I'm really excited about it, so I think that's what I'm going to do first. For the accent wall, I am using this Bare paint and primer in a satin finish, and the color is Black Evergreen. This is my first time using a Bare paint product and I was really impressed. Throughout this video, you are going to see me dip my roller into the paint pan and then paint a zigzag onto the wall first before rolling the paint on throughout that area. And this is a technique that I do think I've tried once or twice before, but I haven't been consistent with. But I am going to do it consistently throughout this video. Once I got the hang of it, I actually really loved it. So the idea behind this technique is that you have the most amount of paint on your roller when you first dip it into the pan. And so in creating that little zigzag on the wall, it kind of disperses that across an area of the wall. And then as you start rolling, of course, your roller is going to have less paint on it. And as that happens, it'll pick up more paint from that zigzag. And overall, it just leads to a more even coverage on the area that you are painting. So I would highly recommend that you try this if you are going to be painting any walls, because it worked out great and it gave me the best coverage and best finish that I have ever had in any of the projects that I have done. But once I was finished rolling all of that paint onto the wall, I went back with my paintbrush to cut in around all of the edges and also around the corners of this little ledge here. I was a little bit surprised when I first saw the room that this ledge was around the entire room. I was not anticipating it, and it's the first time I've ever seen anything like that, but I kind of just rolled with it, painted over it, and once everything was a solid color, you kind of can't tell it's there until you're right up on it. Okay, so I have the first coat all painted on. It's very patchy. It will definitely need a second coat. It's also definitely very green. This was supposed to be a green-based black, like really, really dark color, and it's just looking green to me. Who knows? Maybe it'll look different after I get the second coat on, but before I can do that, this first coat needs to dry. So while it's drying, I'm gonna pull out my other paint color and start painting all this wall, and then by the time I'm done with that, I'll be able to put on the second coat of that dark green color. The white paint that I am using is also the Bare Paint and Primer in the satin finish, and this is called Painter's White. It is very complementary to the black evergreen. I found them in the same color story at the Home Depot, and I love the way that this one turned out as well. But while I work on painting the rest of the walls, I figured I should probably offer an explanation or a little bit of a backstory about where I am and why I am doing this room makeover. I just realized I never addressed this in the beginning of the video, and my longtime viewers and subscribers are probably thoroughly confused about where I am and what I'm doing because this is not my actual house. I am doing this room makeover for my cousin. Her name is Tiffany, and she has generously given me permission to share a little bit about her backstory in hopes that it can support and encourage any of you out there who can relate to her and what she is going through, and just remind you that you are not alone. So Tiffany is actually a single mom to two of the best kids ever. She has a son and a daughter, and despite all of the odds being stacked against her, she has done an amazing job parenting and mothering them. She is seriously the type of mother that I wish that I could be. I am so proud of her, and I look up to her in so many ways. She has had a really rough childhood and honestly a rough adult life as well. Especially the last few years, her family has experienced a lot of transition and hardship and loss, most notably the unexpected and tragic death of her former fiance, partner, and father to her children. I honestly don't understand how she has been able to get through everything that she has had to face in her life, but my goodness, it is so impressive. She recently moved into this house with her grandmother in hopes of being able to help her make some repairs and changes throughout the home, and I volunteered to help them with that, and I wanted to start in Tiffany's room in hopes of being able to create a calm, beautiful, comfortable space that allows her to feel at home for the first time in years. Day 2, I need to finish cutting in all of the ceiling and then do a second coat of this white paint on all of these walls, but let me show you guys the accent wall. I love it. This is how the green dried, and I love it. It is exactly what I wanted. I was so nervous yesterday thinking it was looking like a little too bright and not the exact color I thought it was going to be, but this is perfect. It's making me so excited to finish the project. So I'm gonna keep painting, keep working, and start pulling this room together. Whenever I film myself painting, I always get a ton of questions about why I don't use painter's tape or drop cloths, and it's just because I'm not a naturally messy painter. I keep things pretty neat and tidy, and so I don't see the need to spend the money on those materials when they aren't necessary for me, especially when painting over hard floors like these. For the occasional drip or spill, I find that it's very easy to wipe them up with a damp cloth, and it's like it never happened as long as you catch it immediately. And as far as painter's tape goes, in my experience, every painter's tape that I've ever used, the paint bleeds through it still anyway, and so you don't really end up with that super crisp line that you're looking for. I find that I have better luck getting those clean, crisp lines when I just have a little bit of patience, take things very slow and steady, and it usually turns out for me. So I can cut down on the budget necessary to complete these projects by not using those materials. Look what just came in. We got our lull order. You guys know that we love our lull bed, so I had to get one for Tiffany. We have a queen size mattress for her right here, and then also a bed frame. Now, both of our girls have the wooden lull bed frames, but we're trying out the metal frame for the first time, so I'm really excited to put that together. And then I think this is all of her new bedding, so we're really excited to get this unboxed and set up, and thank you so much to Lull Lol for sponsoring today's video. If you've been following me and watching my videos for a while, then you may remember that about 2 years ago, I was involved in a very serious car accident where a large SUV traveling at a very high speed rear-ended me. As a result of that accident, I sustained a pretty serious back injury that I will likely deal with for the rest of my life. And one of the symptoms of that back injury was getting very little to no sleep. I was spending my nights tossing and turning, trying to get comfortable, experiencing a lot of pain, and overall getting no rest, which really impacted my mental and physical health and made it hard to function on an everyday basis. I brought this up to my physical therapist at the time, and he actually recommended that I look into getting a high-quality memory foam mattress as a solution for my lack of sleep to help me feel more comfortable and get better rest. And he specifically recommended that I look into the Lull brand. So Lull offers high-quality memory foam mattresses in a box, making setup easy and convenient. There's more motion isolation than a typical spring mattress, and a cooling gel-infused layer that offers the perfect mix of comfort and support. They also offer a 365-night trial, so you can try them risk-free. After looking over their website and reading through the reviews, I decided to order my very first Lull mattress, and I am so glad that I did, because ever since I have experienced the best sleep of my entire life. I upgraded both of my daughters to their very own Lull mattresses, and I now recommend them to all of my closest family and friends. When I was planning this room makeover for Tiffany, I knew that I had to treat her to her very first Lull mattress. I reached out to them immediately, and I was blown away when they not only offered to send her a brand new mattress, bedding, and bed frame, but they also are offering you $300 off of your total Lull purchase, on top of their 365-night trial that includes free shipping, free returns, and a lifetime warranty. Our sleep is so important to our physical and overall well-being, and it is nothing to gamble with. So if you have been experiencing disrupted sleep, definitely click the link down in my description box and take advantage of this offer for $300 off of your brand new Lull mattress. Once again, thank you so much to Lull for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video. Okay, we got the bed frame and mattress all set up here, and the mattress is working on expanding now. You can see these little ridges and wrinkles down here. That's because it takes 24 hours for these to fully expand, and by the time that's done, all of those wrinkles will be smoothed out, and this will be ready to lay and sleep on. But while we're waiting for that to happen, we have a couple more projects to work on. You guys already know that I love to save money in the budget by refinishing and rehabbing furniture instead of buying new pieces whenever I can. So Tiffany's grandmother already had this beautiful long dresser that someone else clearly tried to paint, and it didn't go as planned. So I have some chalk paint here, and I'm gonna see if I can kind of rehab this piece using some chalk paint. Okay, so I have to be honest with you guys, and I made a huge mistake when refinishing this dresser, and I want to share that with you just in case you are also flipping some furniture. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and learn what I would have done differently if I could go back and do it again. So this is actually the first time that I am ever refinishing anything that is such a dark color. This dark blue, even though it kind of looks teal in the camera, it was very deep in person, and there were a lot of layers of that deep paint on this dresser. And because I was using chalk paint, I thought that it would be like any other project I've ever done, where I would probably put on maybe 3 coats of paint and achieve my desired look and be able to move on to the next step of this project. I was completely wrong. Trying to transition from something that was painted so dark to such a light neutral, especially a stark white, was way harder than I anticipated. I really should have taken the time to do more prep work and either stripped or sanded all of that blue paint off, or as much of it as I could, before I went in with my chalk paint. It would have cost me probably about another hour and a half on this project to sand everything down before painting, but it would have been well worth it because what I initially thought would be a maximum 3-hour flip turned into 3 days because of how many layers of chalk paint I had to do to get this an opaque white. And if I'm being honest, even the end result, while it is white and a total transformation from what I started with, there are quite a few spots where the blue is still peeking through when you're looking for it, so it could still use probably 2 more coats of paint before being ready to be sealed. So if you are working on something like this where you have a piece of furniture that was previously stained or painted a really dark color and you're trying to transition it to a white or a light neutral, please take that time to do a little bit of prep work, sand it down or strip it before you go in with your chalk paint, because even though chalk paint can be very convenient in needing little or no prep work, sometimes it just benefits you in the long run to go ahead and do it anyway. Five coats of chalk paint later, and we finally have a white dresser. How crazy. It took so much to cover that blue, and I didn't film every single coat because my oldest daughter Kinsley helped me with quite a few of them. She was really interested in this project, but it's looking really good now. I didn't seal it either because we might change it. So I was thinking about sanding down the top and using like a walnut wood stain on it, or maybe a lighter color wood stain. And then also all of these little details around here and like the details on the drawers. But I just want Tiffany to live with it for a little bit, see how she feels about it. And if she wants to change it up, then we will. So not sealing it kind of gave us that option. But for now, I think it looks really good, and having it white, a similar shade to the wall back here, kind of opens up the space because this is a pretty small bedroom, so it makes it seem less cluttered, I guess. We tried to complete this project as low budget as possible, and so we prioritized where we wanted to spend our money and tried to save on everything else. So when it came to an area rug, I actually went to Ollie's and I found this 5x8 stretch of carpet for only $32, and then I used a 15% off coupon to get it for $28 total. This is actually a carpet remnant, like what you could get professionally installed throughout your entire home, but it does have sealed edges so that it won't fray or unravel, and overall it worked out great in this space. I love how it turned out, and it allowed us to save in our budget. And I can start making the bed, which is always my favorite part because it kind of starts to bring the room together and you can really see the vision for the space. I have all of the bedding laid out over here except for the sheets. They're still in the wash, but I'm really excited. I found this duvet cover on clearance at Target. It's from the Opal House brand and it is so pretty. It's reversible and it's such a statement. And then also this end of the bed throw from the Opal House brand. But what I'm really excited about is the Lull products that I know and love. I did order a Lull mattress protector, which is machine washable. It's also waterproof, breathable, stain resistant, and shrink resistant. And I can absolutely personally attest to all of that. We have the Lull mattress protector on all of our Lull mattresses in our entire house. And when Sawyer was potty training, we really put hers to the test. We were washing it almost every single day from overnight accidents, and it still looks brand new. There's no stains on it, nothing seeped through to her actual mattress, no fraying, no wear and tear. I swear these are the best on the market. I will never try any other mattress protector because I love it so much. And then I also ordered a couple of the Lull pillows. These ones are the new down alternative pillows, and look at how plush and soft these are. They feel so luxurious, and I think I might have to order a couple for Derek and I because I really love them. These are also machine washable and supportive, durable, and soft, which absolutely they are. But I'm going to go ahead and start making the bed and pull the rest of the room together.
I'm in love with all your lights and your colors. I'm in love with all your nights. But you've kept me far away from my focus, and to my heart I cannot lie. Stars, made of stars, up above, made to fall. Stars, counting stars, and they guide me through the dark. Lonely days left in despair, air is getting heavier, but I do my best to breathe. Dreams of green and filled with bliss, life is so much more than this. So where do you go when nothing's like home? I'm going for the gold.
So I found these 3 pieces of wall art on sale for 50% off at Hobby Lobby, and I just think they are so beautiful. They are really interesting without being over the top. They are tin and not too heavy, but they have this textured white paint here and then all of these brushed gold details. I just think they are so beautiful, and they'll add a lot to the space without being overwhelming. So I'm going to hang them on the wall above Tiffany's bed with command hooks. Well, they're not hooks, command strips. These are the 16-pound ones, and this is my favorite way to hang wall art whenever I can, because you don't have to put a bunch of holes in the wall, which allows you to rearrange whenever you want to without having to do any extra work. So I'm going to go ahead and get these hung and see how it looks.
So much more than this. So where do you go when nothing's like home? I'm going for the gold.
As pretty as this old hardware is, it just isn't salvageable for me, at least. It's been repainted a couple of times now, and these kind of leafy parts don't sit flush against the drawers anymore, so I think it's time to retire these. I did find these brushed gold knobs at Home Depot, and I think that they are going to be perfect. They're so simple, but they pull in that gold from the wall art, and I just think they're going to look so pretty. Finding hardware for this dresser was actually way more difficult than I thought that it was going to be. I found a set that I loved at Hobby Lobby. There were these beautiful round ring pulls for the top 2 drawers, and then these matching handles to go on the bottom 4. But when I tried to install them, the handles did not match up with the holes from the previous hardware, and I was not about to try to fill them in, repaint, and re-drill new holes, so I just took them back to the store, took the old hardware with me, and tried to find a new handle that would match the spacing of the previous ones, but I could not find a single option. And so that's how we ended up using knobs for all of the drawers. I am happy that we were able to come up with a last-minute solution, and they do look beautiful, but if I'm being honest, they will probably be switched out at some point in the future to have handles at least on those bottom 4 drawers. But for the rest of the room, to stay in budget, I tried to shop my home and shop thrift stores as much as possible. So this chair here in the corner actually used to be in our living room and we didn't need it anymore, so I repurposed it in here. The pillow and the lamp were Goodwill finds. The pillow was $3 and the lamp was only $4, which was a total steal. There's also going to be a bowl here in the center and a candle that I'll put up here later, and I shopped my home for both of those, so that saved us a ton of money as well. I wanted to keep it super simple on the top of the dresser because Tiffany does have her own things that she will be adding into this space, so I just wanted to liven it up with the green plants, put that bowl there as kind of a collect-all space, and have a beautiful, sweet-smelling candle for her. I did make quite a mess with all of those live plants, and I didn't want to just leave that on the floor, so I am going to run the vacuum through here just to make sure there's no mess, I'm not tracking dirt on her brand new carpet. And then I'm also going to switch out some outlet covers, and that's going to be everything I need to do in this room. I'll show you some before shots to remind you what the space looked like when we first started this project, and then share the final reveal. And I'm so excited for you guys to see it. It was a huge transformation. Okay, I just wanted to share a few before shots to remind you what this space looked like when we first started in on the project, and then I will share the final reveal. If you want to see Tiffany's reaction to it, I did film that, and it is a little bit emotional, so stay tuned until the end if you'd like to be a part of it. This is how the room turned out, and I am so proud of it. Tiffany loves it, and I can't wait to see what you all think in the comments. I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to create this space for her, and so thankful to Lol for blessing her with a brand new bed, bedding, and bed frame, and making this makeover possible. They are a brand that prioritizes integrity within their products and support within their community, and that shines through in everything that they offer, including the marketing that they serve to you. So I'm always so honored to be able to work with them. But I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. And here is Tiffany's reaction. All right, I'm gonna start recording. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, come in. Take a step. Take a step. Take a step. All right, open your eyes.
Oh, wow.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
Really? I know. I tried to keep it really simple so you could figure out what functioned for you. And I figured there's been a lot of chaos lately, so some calm might be nice.
Yeah.
Is it what you thought it was going to be?
It's better.
Really? I set up your chair in case you need to like work on your laptop for work or anything. And all the plants over here and by the window are live plants.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Megan.
I'm really glad you like it.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love it.
Good. It's yours.